Hi everybody, it's Bernita with Trestle Glen Treasures. How are you this afternoon? I'm coming in to, let me adjust this. I'm coming in to, I'm working on a frame door hanger. I'm just going to put this down, hopefully so you can see. And I'm going to get logged on. Oh, if it's crooked or if you have a hard time seeing it, let me know. Okay. So I have an old frame. Let me get up to my page so I can read comments. If you're just coming in, say hi. Let me pull up the feed. Okay. It's been a busy day and I haven't been feeling 100%. Okay, geez, I'm having a hard time. So, you know, making door frames, I mean, there's not only wreaths, but let's see if I can, if this will come up for me. Okay, and more than just round wreaths. Not only wreaths, but let's see if I... Hi, Marion. How are you? Thanks for being here. So I have, and I'm going to be working probably upside down. If you can't see it, you know, just holler at me to show it to you better, just because of equipment. So I have just a square, rustic kind of barnwood frame that I got at Hobby Lobby. And I cut out some styrofoam, the crunchy, hard stuff, and I cut it to fit it, and you can see it kind of sticks out through the back, but I'll fix that with some moss. So thanks, Marion. So I did take some dry Spanish moss, oh my gosh, and covered it and used floral pins. I'm just going to show you that I'm going to kind of cover the top part here using what I did. This time I made sure I left, you know, about a half inch above the frame, so I could, so I had more room to kind of stick flowers in. So I kind of, well, you might not know me, but I always have a hard time, like, picking. I have to have a bunch of stuff. I gotta have a bunch of greenery and flowers kind of around me because I don't know what I'm gonna choose. Hi, Diane. So I have also a little bird's nest that I'm thinking I want to put in, and I may put this in the corner, but I kind of want to start with kind of my focal flower, the larger flower, and I've kind of just started with a bouquet, and then I've grabbed other things that I think it might go with it, but it doesn't have to be overpowering. And I also have, which I haven't painted yet, and I know it's going to be backwards for you, but it's a welcome, which I'm probably just going to put across here, but I'm going to paint it probably in something pastel-y that'll go with the flowers, but I'm not going to paint that tonight, but just so you kind of get the gist of what I'm going to do. So I've got my hot glue pan going. How's everybody doing this afternoon? Staying busy? Okay, so I'm just going to kind of start with my focal flower and see. Anybody watching the Olympics? I don't know what time they start. I'm just going to kind of, well, let's see. So I'm going to kind of place it kind of the lower. You kind of want to put larger, heavier items towards the bottom. Okay, so you can just kind of see. And I was thinking I wanted to put the nest up here, and I really didn't leave room for it up here. So I'm going to probably put, I was thinking in the corner, but I don't know. So I'll just kind of have to play with it and see if I like it up there, depending on how much more I get. So I'm going to start kind of building. So I've got just the one flower, white flower, and I've got some pretty small purple hydrangea, and I'm not sure. It's almost the same, close to it. And I like to work out with something this small. I probably don't want so much And I've got a bunch actually that's got some nice little clusters of, but what I did find is some cherry blossoms. Do you guys get cherry blossoms in your area? I know in the Bay Area, oh, this is probably the time now where cherry blossoms are starting to, well, they used to. I mean, depending on how warm winter is. They would start blooming now. I've even had them where they would start blooming in January. Isn't that crazy? But if it's warm and they've had rain, they'll come out. So I don't know if it's too early in some of the areas or not. So if you're just joining me, say hi. Certainly, I would love it if you felt inspired to share this. Let's see. You can always refer back to it on your page. Do I want to get some height there in there yet? But it always shows, kind of gives the page some love. I guess you could call it that. So I'm just going to start, you know, putting some flowers in and see how I like it. I'll try to see if I can do some of this upside down. I don't know. So we actually kind of got up to 40s today, which is nice because it'll start melting our snow. But then again, I heard we're supposed to get more snow. Okay, let's see how that's going. So I'm thinking, you know, you guys give me an idea here, if you can kind of see. What do you think about that bird's nest? Can you see it in there? If I pop that in there in the corner, does that look out of place? What do you guys think? Not out of place, but how's it looking there? Any feedback? Thumbs up? Something? Okay, maybe I'll wait. So, getting wreaths made. I'm working on a new book fold with something it's not new. I don't do it very often. It's a cut and fold, and it's a picture. It's the head of Christ, and I do believe he's got the thorn. How am I attaching what, Leah? How are you? Anyways, I'm doing it, and it's pretty tedious, man. But it's gonna look awesome. It's really gonna look cool. See how that's going. I've got, if you're wondering how I'm attaching it to the frame, Leah, I actually have some floral foam. I took some black floral foam, you know, the crunchy stuff, and glued it on into the frame, and then just put some Spanish moss around. So I kind of forgot what I was going to say. Oh, anyways, no, okay, the picture of that I'm making with the head of Christ, which is, it's going to look awesome. It's just going to really look awesome. I'm hoping I may have to use a pick on this one. So I'm adding just kind of some wood stick. This was a great pick that I had gotten. It's a bush, floral bush. Yes, well, I'm gluing them into, Leah, I'm gluing the flowers into floral foam, which I first attached to the, which I first glued to the inside of the frame. And it was just real easy to just cut it with I use a kitchen knife, a steak knife. And then I glued it in, covered it with some moss, used floral picks, pins, actually, the U pins. Use that and attach to the Spanish moss. So now this stuff's kind of hard to, even using a, this is where it's like having a pick, what do I want to say? Haha. A pick machine, because that just came right apart. I thought I had that up there. A pick machine would be great for something like this. You're welcome. Although I haven't had a lot of problems with, but sometimes, I'm seeing kind of the benefit to that. So that is going to be kind of my next larger investment. It's like now that I've gotten lighting and that kind of stuff. So I'm just kind of adding in some, see how that is up here? Kind of the little twirly sticks. And that gives it a kind of a cool looking rustic feel. So I can't wait though to show you what this other more intense book fold it's going to look like, because that's going to be pretty awesome. And I don't do a lot of those just because they're more time consuming, like hours. Man, this one's hard to kind of get in. Okay. So just kind of adding. I'm still thinking about this. Still think I'm about this frame, or this. I think I am. I'm just going to add this in here. I actually took a floral pin, a U pin, and I stuck that in there. I'm going to dip that into the glue, and then I think I'm going to, it's kind of scary. It's hot. I'm going to just stick that in there. I might have to come back in and add, but I'm going to just stick that in there like that. So it's got the hot glue. I think that'll work good. I think I've lost my audience. Oh well. You can always watch the replay. Let's see. So what's for dinner tonight? I ended up buying, I don't know if you guys, I probably have, who hasn't? The whole chickens. Oh my gosh, those are a lifesaver for me. They, I can do so much with those, and Caesar salads. And, or just cut them up and add, I don't know, make, just vegetable, sweet potato, something like that. So if I can just kind of show you what I'm doing. I kind of like the stick, but these are kind of hard. They're hard to kind of stick into the foam, and I really don't want to add picks to them, because then they get that's kind of a lot. I don't want too much for picks in there. Okay. You have to be able to cut some of these pretty short so they just kind of stick. You can glue them right into the foam. Nope, that didn't want to go. Okay, some of that you just, if you don't have a heavy enough stem, I may have to put a pick on it, because that just, the glue just toasted that. I'm trying to find something. I kind of like this, but it did a glue. Let me see if I can get that in there quicker, because some of it I might be able to cut off, and then I'm kind of glue strings in. See, I'm not so sure I want that all, but you know the nice thing about some of this is you can come back in what you don't want hanging out. You can just kind of cut off, which I did. I kind of cut off a big piece that I didn't want hanging on there. So it's coming along. So what's your favorite part of the Olympics? What do you like watching? Figure skating, skiing? Anybody have their favorites on what they like to watch the most? I've always liked the figure skating, although it's kind of a hit or miss if I catch it on tonight. Or I mean, you know, any of the nights it's like I don't watch a lot of TV. Okay, so I've got kind of another small, because then you can create the height for this, you know, and you don't need a whole lot to add to this. It's, you know, makes it really pretty. You can actually add, you could add some Easter, you know, Easter pick. I mean, if you want something Eastery, is that a word? You know, you can add you get a small bunny. I'm going to turn this around because, you know, if you play with some of these plastic artificial leaves, you know, you kind of run your fingers through. Think of like, you know, the curling ribbon that you can use on this, and I actually will kind of curl them. And I'm not looking to get a lot of greenery, you know, coming out of the bottom, but I do know that I am going to need to put a pick on some of these, so I'm just going to kind of show you. I'm going to kind of stay consistent with the same green for around the bottom. Just add a pick to this one. So it's coming along great. And you know, these frames are so cheap at Hobby Lobby. You know, they're always 50% off. So you can get a nice base door hanger. And you can either probably tie a ribbon at the top, or just add like your framing eyes in the back with a little bit of wire, and you could, you know, just make something to hang it. That would be the easiest for me. Hi Janet, how are you? Thanks for joining me. That would be probably the easiest for me to do. Can you see, you guys? I'm thinking I'm going to come up here on the side of that. See, if you leave the foam raised above the frame, don't cut it down flat, level against the frame, because that way this gives you, I'm going to see if I can get this in here, that gives you room to poke things, flowers into it, greenery into it, around it. Okay. And if you level it off, then you got to be pushing down into the styrofoam or the floral foam, and this just makes it so much easier to you know, just knowing that you have it level. And you can kind of move your, you know, the green around. See? So I want to bring a little bit of yellow. I had to pick up. I'm probably not going to be able to get too much into the foam, or, you know, it's like not one of those things that you necessarily are going to get loaded up with stuff. But yeah, if you definitely leave space, and then those, I love those curly things. And I like the cherry blossom. I kind of want a little bit of pink, but I don't have any. I don't have any of the pink. I wonder, maybe. It's like just a hint of. Oh, I did have that pink flower, didn't I? Let me just see how this is. I always kind of like when I'm working on, I always kind of work from the top. Thanks for the thumbs up. I'd love it if you shared. That would be awesome too. That lets you keep it on your timeline to come back and look. It's like, you know, what else would you like, something different to hang on your door. And then you can, oops, maybe that's not gonna, actually I can just, that just wrapped right around there. Oh, awesome. Okay. I love those stick things because then I was just able to wrap it right around. Let me show you. Just a little bit of pink up here if you can see it. Just tiny bit. Okay. Might have to add a little more. I keep thinking that I probably should be, it's like adding the, this little thing just kind of came out. Hi, Lena. Thank you very much. And don't hesitate to, bend your flower heads, right? See how that's looking really pretty? What you think? I think I'm gonna have to try coming in on the nighttime. You guys watch a lot of lives at nighttime? I have a hard time staying up and just getting stuff done at night. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I use one more of these. These floral bushes were great at, where'd I get them? Hobby Lobby, I think. I was just there. If it's past 9, you're in bed. Well, Diane, you know what? I don't, I mean, to do a live, I'm just, after I get dinner, for my mom and just their sink, I'm just, I'll fall asleep. I mean, just to try to do a live. I think I had mentioned before that sometimes just the setting up for a live is exhausting. Because I don't have a place to just let stuff sit up, I mean, it's like, if I had, a workspace where I could I could leave everything standing up, that would be great, but I don't. So it's like, you know, you're taking lighting down and camera stand down, and oh man, it's tiring. Okay, I like that. Kind of want to get one of these little stick things in here, but these were hard to, I don't have. I may have to just cut it off. Yeah, Diane, a lot of times if I am watching lives, it's usually on my iPad, and it's probably sitting up on my bed, and oftentimes I'll fall asleep watching things. It just depends on what it is. It's like I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm getting older. It's like getting old. Oh, Lord. Too funny. Too funny. Let's see. All right. I think each time I do one of these with the floral foam, where I have to limit myself to something like this, you know, it's like learning, you know, what to do differently next time, you know. Last time when I did the hula hoop, not the hula hoop, embroidery hoop, I knew it's like, okay, you wanted, okay, this turned out, that looks good. To make sure I left more foam, and so this time I left more foam, and then I'm thinking, oh, I probably even should have left even more foam. So. But see, then this, I like these sticks. I may have to go back to Hobby Lobby and get some more. Although they're a little pricey. Even 50% off for a bunch. So I don't know. Let's see. It's not gonna. Doesn't want to stay in there. I'm trying to wrap it around. There we go. What do you guys think? Yes, Diane, give it a try. This makes it, talk about, so much simpler for, you know, your own door or to sell. I mean, you know, these will ship in a box. They can be tied down. You know, real easy, and you know, you just have something like that, makes it so simple. I mean, people like different things for their door, obviously. They want like door hangers and not just necessarily a round wreath. So this really just adds something more. I like it. Let's see if I can find a bush to, with not as many flowers. Let's see. And then of course I'm always trying to find, can I see a close-up? You bet. Does that work? Oh, the stick I'm talking about. Okay, let's see. Gosh, I've got, here's the close-up, if you can see it. It's right here, or it's right down here. It comes in a bush like this at Hobby Lobby, and it's mostly the green stems, but there's a few brown sticks. It's similar to what Kalia uses, but this is the one that's similar to it, right? But it's they're like $12.99 regular price, and then of course when they're on sale. So you know, they're not. I mean, they're not a real big bush. So I mean, if I'm going to get it, I'm going to use it for something a little more special. I probably wouldn't use a ton of them. Unless I could maybe get a little better of a price for it. Okay, that's going to be way too much here. Now I sound like I'm just being a little cheap, but... I really like that bird's nest. Now I bought those. Oh, that's hard. The bird's nest I got. Where did I get those? I ordered them online. They're all right. I'm not liking that. Okay, so that just fell apart. I ordered them online because they're small. They're not your regular size bird's nest. And I bought the eggs are separate too that I bought. They're they're tiny. And I really like that, and I can't seem to, Now, what did I get for that pink? Because that didn't go in as easy for me. Hi Debbie, thank you for joining me. Thank you. That is too big. And I'm just like tearing out all these pieces. I want just something small, and I didn't have a pink. I may have to use something else, but I'm thinking I needed. See, I could have used them, and I should have used it probably. Some pink over here. Some of these blossoms are so long. Wouldn't you know? And I don't have. Let me go check with some other pinks. Little pinks. Be right back. I don't have anything that's just like little tiny. I wonder about this, but see, this is a whole different. Sometimes just having what you need at your disposal is not always, excuse me. Let's see. Well, that'll do a little bit, and then I'll go back and add. See, it's not quite, but it'll do. It wasn't the same color. Sometimes you can just kind of sneak little pieces in. That might be better when you're gluing into. I should have done that, see? I'm trying to wrap around this vine. And let's see. Maybe having too many things to choose from can be too much too. You know, I'm thinking I'm just going to take that pink one out, and I didn't care for that as much. Trying to get see. Thinking I just need something around here and then it'll be good to go, I think. Might even just be some more green here for this one. But I don't, when I first came on, I showed you that I had this little welcome wood sign that I thought I would probably add. I'm going to paint it to go with maybe yellow or the pink, something that'll go. Isn't that pretty? That'll look so cool right there. I can just probably hot glue that on. That'll work really easy. Don't forget to share. It's like giving my business and page a hug. Some love, some Facebook dust. Okay, move that out of the way. I'm liking this. Geez, I was thinking I would. I don't know if I'm gonna feel I can put it up for sale. Let's see. Not sure. It's kind of a pretty big stem. You know, and you're not going to see so much floral of the foam, you know, so it probably just doesn't hurt to add a lot more. You know, because you can always cover it from the back, add foam. Thanks. Oh, shoot. Thanks, Diane. That just broke on me. I must have hit the side of the frame. Well, that didn't work. My goodness. But having enough floral foam is the key. I'm seeing here. That seems to be the trick here. So that way you've got enough stuff, foam, to put the pieces in. Okay, I think I like that. Let's see how that. It's like it almost needs a little something in the corner here. I'm feeling like some, maybe a little yellow. Maybe just a tiny bit of yellow. I think I'm going to have to practice with one of these using a bigger block of foam. So that way, my fingers and strength in my hands has just gotten to be not that good. See, that's way more than I want. But I sure do like the glue pot. I don't burn myself nowhere near. And I know it's not as hot. So it makes all the difference. I think. I'm still working with that thing. That's funny. All right. There. I think that's it. I think that's all it really needs. Here I'd made a little bit of a bow, but I don't think, I don't think I want to add even a bow to it. I don't think it needs it. Thank you. Thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Let's see. There's not even a place for a bow. I don't know. Or what do you think? Should I add a bow down here, like in the corner? Yes, no? Thank you. Can you guys see it? I'm thinking maybe just right underneath that white flower, I could probably just, I wonder if I can add a pin. No bow? No bow. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Thank you. Well, there it is. There is the nice square rustic frame. Imagine that you could add eucalyptus leaves and cotton balls, or and I saw the cotton balls. I don't know if you guys seen the cotton stems at Hobby Lobby. They're different colors. I'm sorry, I don't like the pink. There's pink, light green, and I want to say a light blue, and I think they are not appealing. I would not buy them and use them. I don't know about anybody else. Okay, well, that's all I have to show you for today. Hopefully I'll do another wreath with you at some point this week. Okay, so again, thanks for joining me. I hope you all have a fantastic night. Don't forget to share. Like my page if you haven't, Bernita Burdick Biz, so go to the page. I'd appreciate it. All right, thanks everybody. Good night.